When you wake up in the morning, the very first thing you put on your plate is more powerful than most people realize. I've seen men and women in their 60s, even 70s, who thought they were doing everything right, avoiding red meat, cutting back on salt, even giving up their beloved morning coffee. Yet their blood tests kept showing high creatinine, and their GFR slipped lower each year. It's a heartbreaking pattern, and the hidden reason often isn't what you'd expect. The real culprit is what's eaten at breakfast, that first message your body receives when the day begins. If the message is wrong, it sparks inflammation and silently forces the kidneys into overdrive. But if the message is right, the kidneys breathe easier, waste is cleared more gently, and energy flows steadily all day. I'm Dr. Brian, and welcome to Channel Vital Science for Seniors. I remember sitting with Margaret, a 72-year-old retired teacher who came to me frightened. Her lab work showed rising creatinine levels, and she felt tired all the time. But Dr. Brian, she said, I don't even eat meat anymore. I cut the salt, I take my walks. What else can I do? When I asked her what she ate for breakfast, she admitted it was usually a quick packet of instant oatmeal with a spoonful of brown sugar, sometimes toast with butter on the side. It sounded harmless, but in truth, it was putting her kidneys in a bind every single morning. You see, not all oats are created equal. Instant oats digest fast, hit the bloodstream like a sugar rush, and force the kidneys to mop up the aftermath. But steel-cut oats, when paired with the right partners, behave completely differently. Imagine the difference between a campfire that flares hot and dies out quickly versus a steady fire that warms your home all day. Steel-cut oats are that steady fire. They release energy slowly, keeping blood sugar steady and inflammation low. Now, when Margaret switched to a simple bowl of overnight oats made with steel-cut oats, a handful of blueberries, and a spoon of chia seeds soaked in unsweetened almond milk, something remarkable happened. Within 6 weeks, her energy improved, and her lab results showed a gentle drop in creatinine. It wasn't magic. It was chemistry and biology working in her favor. The oats fed her gut bacteria in a way that lightened the toxin load on her kidneys. The blueberries added a shield of antioxidants, protecting delicate kidney tissue from scarring. And the chia seeds, when soaked overnight, gave her both hydration and anti-inflammatory power. But here's the part most people miss. It only works if you resist the temptation to sweeten with sugar or honey. Even a drizzle can undo the benefit by spiking blood sugar and forcing the kidneys to scramble. Instead, use cinnamon or a pinch of ground cloves. Not only do they bring natural sweetness, they also carry their own anti-inflammatory compounds. Margaret was skeptical at first, but she soon came to love the warmth of cinnamon over her breakfast bowl, and she never looked back. Of course, not everyone wakes up craving something sweet. Some of my patients tell me, Dr. Brian, I need something savory, something hearty to start my day. For them, the perfect choice is the veggie egg white scramble. It's quick, nourishing, and most importantly, it gives protein without flooding the kidneys with phosphorus. Here's why that matters. Whole eggs, especially the yolk, are rich in phosphorus, a mineral that stressed kidneys struggle to handle. One yolk might seem small, but it can tip the balance. Egg whites, however, deliver pure, clean protein, all the amino acids your body needs to repair and maintain itself, but without the baggage. Pair them with onions and red bell peppers, sautéed gently in a teaspoon of olive oil, and you have a kidney-friendly powerhouse. Onions bring sulfur compounds that support detox pathways. Peppers add vitamin C and antioxidants that fight inflammation, and olive oil contributes healthy fats and polyphenols that protect your blood vessels and even support better filtration. I once treated Jorge, a 68-year-old grandfather who had been told he might soon need dialysis if his kidney numbers kept declining. He loved big breakfasts, bacon, eggs, toast, the works. It was hard to imagine mornings without them. But when we rebuilt his plate into a simple egg white scramble with colorful veggies, something shifted. He didn't feel deprived. He actually felt lighter, more satisfied. And over the months, his creatinine stabilized. His GFR stopped dropping. That meant more time enjoying his grandkids instead of sitting in a dialysis chair. The key to both Margaret's oats and Jorge's scramble is the same. Meals that calm the kidneys instead of provoking them. Clean fuel, steady energy, and gentle protein that supports the body without leaving behind excess waste. Breakfast becomes not just a meal, but a message. One that tells your kidneys, you can rest now. You're supported. Not long ago, I met Helen, a 65-year-old librarian with a love for fruit smoothies. Every morning she blended bananas, yogurt, and sometimes even a scoop of protein powder because she believed it was the healthiest way to start the day. Yet her blood work told a different story. Her potassium was creeping too high, her creatinine rising. She was puzzled. "But Dr. Bryan, fruit is good for me, isn't it?" she asked. The truth is, not all fruits are created equal when it comes to kidney health. For someone with fragile kidneys, a banana or avocado can act like a hidden saboteur, overloading the body with potassium that kidneys can no longer handle. The good news? A kidney-smart smoothie can be a lifesaver when made the right way. Instead of bananas, Helen learned to reach for blueberries and red grapes. Both are rich in antioxidants, natural protectors that help slow down the wear and tear inside the kidneys. And instead of cow's milk or sweetened almond milk, she used plain, unsweetened almond milk, which is gentle on the kidneys. A spoonful of flax seeds or chia seeds gave her healthy fats and fiber, both of which support digestion and hydration. If she wanted a leafy green touch, we used spinach sparingly, just a few leaves, not a handful, because moderation matters. When Helen began her mornings with this new blend, her energy felt smoother, her digestion improved, and the bloating she used to complain about quietly disappeared. Even more encouraging, her potassium normalized and her creatinine stopped climbing. It was proof that breakfast could either be her medicine or her misstep. By shifting just a few ingredients, she sent her kidneys a signal of relief rather than distress. And smoothies are not just about nutrients, they are about hydration. Kidneys thrive when they are bathed in enough water to flush away waste, but many seniors wake up already mildly dehydrated. Starting the day with a smoothie that has both fluid and fiber gives the kidneys a gentle, cleansing flow, almost like rinsing a delicate filter before it clogs. Now, while smoothies provide hydration, there is another ancient gift we can lean on: grains that nourish without overwhelming. That's where buckwheat and bulgur come in. Too many seniors think rice or quinoa are always safe choices, but both carry higher phosphorus and potassium, which can stress weak kidneys. Buckwheat and bulgur, on the other hand, are like wise old friends, simple, humble, yet powerful. Buckwheat is naturally gluten-free, rich in fiber, and low in phosphorus. Bulgur digests easily, giving steady energy without the heavy burden. I often recommend two different versions, a sweet and a savory. For those with a sweet tooth, a bowl of buckwheat simmered in almond milk with apples, unsweetened cranberries, and a dash of cinnamon feels comforting, yet kidney safe. It's the kind of meal that feels indulgent, yet it whispers kindness to your kidneys. For those who crave savory, bulgur with sautéed red cabbage and cauliflower in a splash of olive oil, finished with a sprinkle of parsley, is both hearty and protective. The cruciferous vegetables add compounds that fight inflammation at the cellular level. And parsley isn't just for garnish. It has gentle diuretic properties, encouraging the body to let go of excess fluid without punishing the kidneys. I think of James, a 70-year-old former runner who felt betrayed by his own body. His energy flagged, his labs worsened, and he missed the freedom he once knew. When he tried a buckwheat breakfast bowl, he said it gave him the same steady stamina he used to feel after a morning jog, without the crash. The stable energy of ancient grains helped him reclaim small pieces of the vitality he thought was lost forever. Smoothies and grain bowls may seem worlds apart. One is liquid, the other warm and grounding. Yet they share a common theme. They hydrate, they stabilize, and they reduce the waste burden on kidneys. Together, they give us tools to start the day, not with strain, but with strength. There is something deeply comforting about a parfait. Maybe it's the layers, each one building on the next, or the way it feels both light and indulgent at the same time. For many of my patients, this has become their happy breakfast, a treat that also happens to be a kidney protector. I remember talking with Lillian, a 74-year-old widow who confessed that mornings often felt lonely and heavy. She didn't want a complicated recipe or anything that reminded her of restrictions. "I just want something that feels normal, Dr. Bryan," she told me. That's when I introduced her to the plant-based yogurt parfait. The base is simple: Unsweetened almond or coconut yogurt. The key word here is unsweetened. Many store-bought yogurts, even those marketed as healthy, hide sugar that can spike blood glucose, driving inflammation and kidney strain. A plain plant-based yogurt is gentle, cooling, and friendly to the gut. And that's where the magic begins, because the gut and kidneys are deeply connected. When the gut microbiome is balanced, fewer toxins are produced that would otherwise spill into the blood and force the kidneys into overdrive. It's like keeping the water upstream clean so the filter downstream doesn't clog. Next come the layers of fruit. Lillian loved apples and strawberries, so we started there, adding a touch of pineapple for brightness. Each of these fruits is naturally lower in potassium, yet rich in antioxidants and fiber. Apples carry soluble fiber that binds waste in the gut, giving the kidneys one less chore. Strawberries are full of vitamin C and anti-inflammatory compounds. Pineapple adds bromelain, an enzyme that calms inflammation and helps digestion. For someone with kidney concerns, these are not just toppings, they're protectors. To add texture, we used kidney-safe granola or rolled oats, carefully chosen without nuts, honey, or chocolate chips, all of which can overload phosphorus or potassium. That little crunch gave the parfait both satisfaction and satiety. Lillian said it was the first time in months she looked forward to breakfast, not as a medical prescription, but as a joy. And that emotional shift matters. Food is never just fuel, it's comfort, memory, and connection. When a meal feels like a punishment, it rarely lasts. But when it feels like a gift, consistency follows naturally. The beauty of this parfait is also in its practicality. It can be made ahead of time, stored in the fridge, and enjoyed either at home or on the go. For seniors who may tire easily in the morning, or for those who want a portable option before a doctor's appointment or a walk with friends, this breakfast becomes a gentle companion. And unlike heavy, greasy foods that leave you sluggish, the parfait leaves you light, nourished, and steady. I recall one more patient, David, who was juggling both kidney disease and diabetes. He often felt trapped between two diets, unsure what he could safely eat. When we worked together to design a plant-based parfait tailored to his needs, it became his anchor meal. His blood sugar stabilized, his kidney function held steady, and most importantly, his mornings shifted from anxious to empowered. That shift alone made all the difference in how he approached the rest of his day. Of course, as with all kidney-friendly meals, the danger lies in the details. If someone chooses a flavored yogurt or tosses in granola with hidden additives, they may unknowingly undo the benefit. The rule of thumb is simple: plain, unsweetened, whole ingredients. Add flavor with cinnamon, nutmeg, or a drop of lemon juice rather than sugar or syrups. The simplicity of this breakfast is its greatest strength. When we layer a parfait, we're not just layering yogurt and fruit. We're layering science, comfort, and intention. Each spoonful sends the kidneys a message: you're safe, you're supported. For seniors who have spent years feeling their bodies betray them, that message is healing in more ways than one. Even the best breakfast works better when paired with simple morning habits. The very first gift you can give your kidneys is hydration, a glass of water or a calming herbal tea like chamomile, nettle, or peppermint. This flushes the system before food arrives. Keep sodium low in your first meal because salty foods strain your kidneys immediately. Eat slowly, chew well, and let your body ease into the day rather than rushing. And stay calm. Avoid TV stress or phone scrolling while you eat. Finally, pay attention. Notice how each breakfast makes you feel and let your body guide you. At the heart of these breakfasts are four simple principles. Hydration improves blood flow and helps the kidneys flush waste more gently. Fiber acts like a sponge in the gut, binding toxins before they ever reach the kidneys. Anti-inflammatory foods, like berries, olive oil, and certain herbs, protect the delicate tissues and vessels that keep your filters working. And simplicity matters most. By avoiding hidden additives, excess phosphorus, and potassium overload, you give your kidneys a calmer workload. These principles, practiced daily, create an environment where healing feels possible, where every meal becomes a quiet act of protection and respect. Breakfast is not just food. It is a daily message to your kidneys. With the right choices, you tell them, you're safe, you can rest, you don't have to fight so hard today. These 5 meals are more than recipes. They're gentle tools to lower creatinine, improve GFR, and protect your health. Pair them with water, calm mornings, and mindful habits, and you'll find not only better lab results, but also brighter mornings. Remember, you only get 2 filters in this life. Protect them, nourish them, and treat them like gold. Your kidneys and your future deserve nothing less.